first, we need some context. And I'm making these for my own benefit, but we'll see. It pays to be honest. And to the extent that anyone is, I mean, I'll check the videos and find out if this is accurate, but anyone who sees the videos and says, oh boy, this is something's different today. Okay, the reason that I started making the videos on the, I tried this first time, and the reason I did it is because what was happening to me is that I have a dissociative condition, and although it's the same person, it is not unusual that I wake up regressed, or that depending on where I'm at in my state of mind about this, that there are personality changes that are the result of playing these roles with this, the person I was dealing with and the corrupt professionals. So it's the same person, but there's always, depending on where I'm at, there may be what appears to be personality differences. But the reason I initially was doing this and why I had to do it again is I was making the videos because I wanted to sort out the personality thing. Go wake up each day and look at the videos and see what was happening. And see, is that the same person who went to bed? And see where I was at. And the initial day was to move out of a regress state and then also to continue in a state that was my proper age, which exists. It just it kept getting lost. And what ended up happening is a good example of dissociation, which is that I reached an integrated personality that was an adult and that had always been there, and I got carried away. I was really enjoying the new freedom, and started making videos about first started making one. I started forgetting why I was doing it. That I had the DID and all that. And started making videos that I could share with these folks on this Facebook page. And the people on that Facebook page, that's the last time I had close friends, when I was young. And they have been a help to me in a way they haven't known, because while I was going through this, I needed to communicate, but I couldn't tell them what was happening. So I came online as a kind of maybe commenting on politics and the news and stuff, like a little social critic, and you know, they got a kick out of it. And someone even said, "Oh man, I read a book," but certainly didn't know what the hell that was. And I always said, Jesus Christ, they must think their friend is sure either arrogant or, you know, whacked out, or I mean, who knows what they think of this, you know. And for the first time, I could send them something. And I made some videos where I bitched about what happened in New Orleans, and I told the story there. But the focus was that what it was like on disability, and my anger at the president, because the guys were living in the neighborhood I was living were living in gutted houses, and that these people couldn't get government assistance, and that Sabrina had gone to the hospital, and the bill was so high she couldn't pay it, and they didn't have any help, and that this guy was a fake, and it was fun to be on a soapbox. And I woke up the next day, and yeah, I had gotten some good thumbs up on that, and people got a kick out of it. But I said, wait, was this a joke, or why did I do this? I got very confused, and I thought, oh boy, I dissociated. I forgot why I was doing this. I thought I was making a show about New Orleans. And I decided to come clean, and made a video and saying, getting honest about DID, and explained the whole thing, that I had forgotten why I was making these, and that D that looked like a different person in each of the videos, and that I got carried away because I wanted to share. But that this is actually, I started doing this because I have more than one personality rolling, and I got a nice. Someone these are really old friends. I hadn't seen these people in years. And she said, oh, I had no idea you're DID, you know, this and this. And then I wanted to be more honest, and I had not been able to be honest with anyone that I was had ever been close with. And began telling the story a little bit, but then this is what happened, which is I was, I guess, making a joke or something because I didn't know how to express it. And this girl said to me, Jesus Christ, man, you sound like really nuts and paranoid. And she said, and I said, oh well, I'm sorry. And she said, look, I mean, you're not weirding me out, but I just don't know if this is going to help you in any way to be doing this. I mean, this is not helping your case, but if you're not trying to be heard, I don't know if this is going to help you to sound like this. And I don't know what you mean, that your father's a psychopath, and I just said, no one can, I mean, she just aggressively said, this sounds like bullshit. And, but I was gonna stay off the thing, but then I saw an interesting comment, which is that I saw that they were slightly understanding in a weird way, because there was a guy who's a friend of a friend that I don't know, but she had posted up something about my video about Obama, and he wrote under it like, hey, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And I wrote under it, hey man, listen, I'll be honest, like I'm kind of working something else out here. The content's kind of dubious. And he wrote back and he said, well, good job, man, but needs a little tweaking. And I thought, oh man, and these are people who are very understanding. I mean, this is weird. So I just had this need to maybe to tell more. And I came in mind and said, look, I want to tell you what I mean when I say the man's a psychopath. And I brought these documents that I had that I keep with me in case I dissociate, that I've kept with me, that are kind of like a good record of this whole, things I've found in the literature that are a good description of what I suspect is happening with this person. And then I got more and more honest, and that I had never attempted to describe what this man was doing to anyone that I'd ever been close with, because I really haven't been close with anyone, and to the extent that I have, they haven't known me, because since the end of high school, I've been playing little roles with my family, and I just got divorced from who I was. That's why I was making the videos. And I never tried to tell anyone I'd been close with. And everything was different. And all this, it's like I found a way to explain what this man had been doing. And the thing is, I knew it had to be, they knew it had to be true, and I knew it had to be true, because no one would make that up. That was so degrading. That was so degrading what I was describing, but it was the truth. It was the truth. And it was why, I could see why, no one in his family talks to him. Anyone's ever taken money from this guy doesn't. But I couldn't believe how degrading it was. And I also realized the real truth of why I've always felt that I had this identification with a lot of women who have dealt with a psychopath, which is that what I said about the guy is that this man turned out to be a pimp. That I said that this man was offering me a strange amount of generosity, and he was coming around, and I said this man was treating me like the way a pimp would treat a prostitute that he was putting up in an apartment. But I said, something, but not even but a pimp who was on top of that was sick in the mind. I said the man wanted constant contact. There was rage under the surface all the time, and even to the extent of saying to me, come on, give me a smile, let me see you like this, let me see you like that, come on, I like it when you like this, And this man was a pimp. And I just came out and I told my friend who lived down here, and I said, Jonas, man, I want you to go to ask me about this. I said, Jonas, man, and I remember it was amazing. It was so humiliating, but it came out. I said, Jonas, listen, you knew him. But I said, I did not know either that there was anything under the surface that would cause him to treat his son like this, that would cause him to do this to his son. I said, Jonas, that man is very ill. I said, that man is very ill, Jonas. I said that he would do this to his son. I said, that man was a pimp. And I said that he would talk to his son this way, and they'd give me, come on, smile, And I explained these affective switches that this person comes with all this smiles and warmth, and there's always rage under the surface. Anytime he doesn't get what he wants, and I said, this man treated me like the way a pimp treats a prostitute. But I said he switched personalities, and I haven't been able to really get any recovery except from very compassionate people, because psychiatrists are very easily confused when he shows up as a different person. And and he's got the old lady who, this is a good example of what happens when you don't leave. She didn't leave. She thought he'd kill her himself or kill her. And eventually, yeah, she may have tried to make him a better man, but now she lives in a fantasy world. And part of that fantasy world is she thinks I'm a little boy. And she also thinks that I belong in a mental institution, even though I've never been diagnosed with anything like that. And this last rehab, it's why they said I need an attorney, because the messages they got from her they thought were very alarming. One, they said that this woman thinks you're a little boy. They said, but second of all, her record, what she said, they said, you haven't talked to these people in 3 years. You've got a disability. You're now in this place, around the mountains doing trauma recovery. And she said, we gotta tell you what this woman was doing. She said she's been leaving messages saying she knows what was best for her son when he gets out of there. And he said, she said that was a list of locked psychiatric units. Locked psychiatric units. And they said, man, you're never going to be safe unless you have your own attorney in this. And part of the reason I haven't been able to get any more counseling, which of course I'm going to need the rest of my life, is that this futile until I feel psychologically safe. Because I'm saying what will happen is, I see some kind of counselor or something, look, if this person comes around, if I'm unable to really describe the level of boundaries I need, or that this isn't a joke, this person does a very good job at inducing what looks like a breakdown, and then using the psychiatric people. So even if I'm paying for the person, if we don't start out by saying that there's an attorney between me and these people, that's not safe. I'll never be able to have a safe relationship. And it's one reason why I've had such freaky relationships with doctors, because in trying to get help, I had to play a role. Because how could I ever tell him the truth then, especially when he's going to start coming around in a different personality. But the truth of the matter is, I remember that until I got the feedback, you see, because I really, I knew I needed feedback for some reason, but I have never ever wanted to actually attempt to commiserate with people that I did identify with, because I imagine they find it very disturbing. That is, who is this man that he feels this? I mean, I just could never tell them that I felt we were on the same journey. I saw them from a distance, and I advised them, but and they thanked me for my advice and thought I had an unusual amount of insight into their situation and couldn't imagine how I knew. And I wonder if they actually thought that maybe I was a man who had done that to a woman or something. I mean, they were really bewildered at where these insights came from. But no, I didn't want to try and talk to them about this. But a wonderful thing happened. Someone saw my videos and called it out, and you told them about the psychopath, and she said, I'm going to take your wild guess that you got abused by your father, that he was a psychopath, and that he convinced you to see a psychiatrist. And that's correct. That's correct. That's exactly what happened. And it was very frightening. And the thing is, like, I got to follow, I mean, this wasn't even my idea, but the whole trauma rehab staff this time, they said, based on what's happened, they said, if you do not have your own attorney, you won't even be able to get any more help. I mean, you need your own attorney. There's someone trying to project a reality onto you, and it's happened a number of times that this person can make this, take your life away. So, but the main point is, I remembered why I stayed alive all this time, which is that I know all the powerless people that were in this situation, and I'm not powerless. It's just a matter of being able to get the proper attorney, but that I'm not in a powerless situation. It's just a matter of, I hadn't gotten any feedback from anyone who identified with me, so that I could remember that there is a key difference here. I remember that this person thinks I'm his friend. You see, what it is that he dissociates from the things he does. Well, he may or may not. It's debatable whether or not he knows what he's been doing, but he certainly is divorced from the fact. We're not sure what he knows. But the point is that this isn't someone who this is someone who appears to be very surprised when people do what they do. I mean, this happens with him all the time. That he thinks the world's filled with victimizers, because he can't imagine why people treat him so badly. This is because he dissociates from how he treats people. He knows he does it, but he also doesn't. And since I've lived with a lot of dissociation, I'm aware how you can know something and not know it. But I'll tell you something, he was doing, I mean, I saw him, and He's been trying to induce something a number of times, and anyway, we'll move on from there. But the point is that I need to get this to a way of figuring out how to bring this to an attorney, because until I get an attorney, I'm on a holding pattern. It's part of the reason why I can't really do much of anything, because even my own situation, it doesn't make too much sense to a lot of people unless they were to understand. I don't even know it does cause a kind of schizoid experience that I don't really want anyone to know me, because there's something that doesn't